Well, Jim, our next question sent via the Cult of Cornette Facebook group was sent in by Brian Jeffrey Guyn. What was Jim's...
What now?
Guynn. Gun?
Guyn.
Gun or Guyn?
Guyn?
Well, here's Brian Jeffrey's question. What was Jim's favorite year in the business?
Oh, geez. I mean, it's hard to beat 1984 because without that, I wouldn't have had any of the other years. Although we were almost, we were physically assaulted and came close to being, the shit kicked out of us time after time and various highway incidents and working ourselves to death. But we made a ton of money and got a reputation and were the top guys in a major territory. 86 was incredible. The run with the World Tag Team titles and record business in, even bigger territory. As far as favorite year, see, it doesn't have to all be big business. 1993 Smoky Mountain Wrestling, as much as it, again, contributed to all the gray hairs and various nervous breakdowns I've had. The early success we had in opening up some of those markets, Pikeville, Kentucky, finally cracking something in Knoxville that August, the success on the spot shows, the TV shows were good.
What was your favorite year as it happened? I mean, you're looking back on these amazing years you had, and you said,
"Well, no, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. At the time that I was going through it, those were great times. I was starting to think, the more modern shit. I didn't really enjoy a lot of that shit as it was going on, like I did then.
But did you enjoy 86 more than 84 just because, circumstances were different? It was now another territory, less violence.
Yes. I enjoyed 86 more. I maybe the violence might have almost been even, but it was even bigger and the crowds were even bigger and we had gotten better at what we were doing and more people were seeing us do it. So probably 86 would have, and then I had some fun with Smoky Mountain until I just, got so frazzled. And OVW. Besides, I had no fun in fucking the WWF. Was either I was there to finance Smoky Mountain or I was there for 3 years in Connecticut, but I don't think I had fun doing certain things, but it was not an overall enjoyable experience. And in OVW was very enjoyable, even though I had a number of nervous breakdowns, and a little bit of Ring of Honor was enjoyable until that got frustrating, but the enjoyment level has gone down in modern times.
Not counting your first year as a fan, because I think that's special for every wrestling fan if you discover it as a kid. Not counting that, what was your favorite year as a fan?
Ooh. My favorite year as a fan that I'm fascinated by to this day, and I saw the stuff, but I didn't get to, it didn't still exist. I can't go back and watch a lot of it, and I didn't commit it to memory like I would have as an older person. My favorite year was 74, but my favorite year where I was a fan and seeing everything and understanding more of what I was seeing would have been 81.
Huh.
Because 81 was that incredible run that Lawler had in Memphis. And I was going to Memphis at least once a month to see Terry Funk, while I'm in Louisville 4 times a month, while I'm in Evansville 4 times a month. I'm in Lexington once a month, a couple more spot shows. The talent that was in and out was incredible. Bockwinkel, Crusher, Blackwell, Hulk Hogan that year, both the Funks, Austin Idol.
Chick Donovan.
I mean, Hard and the First Family, the Gibson brothers were a babyface tag team underneath, Dundee and Dutch and all the fucking, it was incredible, 81.
'81 Memphis TV is such a fun year to watch, and the Jimmy Hart First Family stuff is just out of control all year. It's so good. Him and Chick Donovan singing "We Are Family."
Yes.
I mean, there's so many
And then
moments.
that summer was when Jarrett came up with the dream match deal. It's certainly not like the dream matches Tony Khan does, where that angle, it was almost near sellout on the 5th Monday of June 29th. They had 10,129 people. 5 Mondays that month, and he comes up with this cockamamie thing, books a card with 14 fucking guys, and boom. And then they repeated it around the town. That was the summer. It was just, everything was good that year.
Was 77 a good year to be a fan? The year of the breakup, the year Jarrett started on his own? Was that a good year to be a fan?
Yes, there were a lot of different talent. And of course, 77, you had Harley Race coming in to work with Rocky Johnson. You had Lawler and Jack Briscoe in Memphis, the first Jarrett card. Lawler and Dundee that summer. But I guess that's the thing. While 77, you primarily, if were a fan of any kind of the Tennessee wrestling territories, 1977, you remember the summer Lawler and Dundee. But there was a lot of talent that came in and out, but by 81, everybody was more over. And the Funks were in so much, and there was a relationship with the Florida office. That's where we got Steve Kern, and we got Stan Lane for the first time then. And it was just a level up and down. The card was, everybody was over stronger in 81, but 77, that's what Lawler and Dundee again, between what was it, May and the first week of September, they headlined like 9 out of 12 weeks and sold almost 100,000 tickets for just their matches in Memphis alone. And they were doing it all over the fucking territory every night. I don't know how they lived through it, because they were beating the shit out of each other. But that was, if you think about it, Jarrett's promotion technically was 6 months old. And this fucking match on top in Louisville and Evansville and Memphis and spot shows is selling fucking 20,000 tickets a week.
That was also the year that brought Bugsy McGraw into the First Family. An interesting move for Memphis wrestling. An interesting fit for Memphis wrestling.
And the Dream Machine.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
The Dream Machine.
Alley-oop. But Jim,
81, baby.
What was your favorite year in OVW?
Oh, I believe either 2003 or 2004. And maybe you might do a fiscal year there instead of a calendar year, and maybe go 2002 to 2003 and 2003 to 2004, but thereabouts, because we had moved to the new arena. So the TV show looked incredible. We didn't have, the people that the fans think of around the world when they think of the OVW clad. John Cena was gone and Batista was gone, or Brock or whatever. But up and down the card again, there was 25 or 30 guys that could go, and the Bashams were on top, first as a team and then against each other, having the best matches that we probably had in developmental, except when, Jericho came in and worked with Jeter. Dinsmore worked with Benoit at the Gardens. There was always a WWF talent figured into what you would consider like a really main event level match in OVW, except when Doug and Danny wrestled each other. And then you can say, well, they could have had that on fucking Raw anyway. And just the music the guys were using, just the way we were shooting the TV, the commentary, the booking, somewhere around 2002 to 2004. The last year, I was goddamn punching a lot of walls and pissed off a lot and couldn't devote my full attention to what I was supposed to be doing because I was too busy dreaming of ways to murder John Laurinaitis. But for that 2002 to 4 spot, we had hit our fucking groove here.